Holly Billabono, author of Once Upon a Place. We're going to discuss caverns because if you're writing a novel or a screenplay that is focused on a quest where someone is really trying to discover themselves or discover the answer to a question, it's an adventure, it's an epic journey. These are the locations, the sense of place that you really want to consider having for your characters in your story. Once Upon a Place, Forest, Caverns, and Other Places of Transformation in Myth, Fairy Tales, and Film is the book, and it covers five key locations that I identify in epics that follow a pattern that readers look for. We've looked for it for centuries, perhaps even millennia, because it's such an old pattern for us to expect in our storytelling. So this one, what we're going to talk about is the cavern, the cave. I particularly love caverns because I used to be a spelunker. I've gone caving. I love it. I love the quiet, the solitude, the sense of being under the darkness. I find it fascinating. In stories, it serves a very specific purpose. So if you're a writer, you want to think about this sense of place. The cavern is a place where your character can go. It's where they face obstacles. It's a scary place. Your character doesn't want to go there, but they need to. They need to go to one of these five locations that I'm going to discuss in this series of videos. And the cavern is interesting because it's basically a hole in the ground. And as children, probably you, along with a lot of other kids, really liked playing with holes in the ground. We like the dirt. We like digging. Kids really like to explore and figure out what's underneath. What's under that rock? What's under that tree? What's down below? It's an innate process that we pretty much all experience because it's a mystery. It's something beneath us. The ground holds us up. The ground is solid. The ground is reliable. We stand on it every day, but it can also give way and you fall in, you tumble in. And a lot of stories incorporate that experience of tumbling or falling into the earth. Why? It's not just something that happens. It's very metaphoric and it it can mean something to both your character and to the reader. So as a storyteller, the cavern in your epic journey is very symbolic of going within, seeking truth, asking questions. It has a lot to do with the underworld. And for millennia, across a variety of cultures, the underworld has been a very tantalizing, fantasy-ridden, confusing, and appealing place. We even have it today in our word, the undertaker, for someone who deals with deceased individuals and getting them ready for a funeral, the undertaker, taking them under. So this idea of going below, beneath, under, it's where we get this image of hell or Hades, under the earth, underground. It's another world. And so it's a way of bringing your character out of real life and into another world, both literally, because it's under the earth, and metaphorically. So this has been done a lot in literature. Inanna, the goddess Inanna, Persephone, the Greek girl who was out in the meadow picking flowers, Demeter's daughter, and Hades, Lord of the Dead, the underworld, rode up in his chariot from hell underneath and reached up and plucked her where she was on top of the earth and brought her down into the underworld. Very harrowing, horrific story, but it really appeals to us because it's this idea of going beneath what we know, and we don't know what's down there. So it's very much a mystery. Homer, Virgil, Dante, they all wrote stories involving caverns or caves. Jules Verne, his journey to the center of the earth. Lewis Carroll, Alice in Wonderland. So if you're a playwright or a screenwriter or a novelist, this sort of setting, this sense of place can be very integral to your character's journey. Or if you're not into the cavern per se, there are four other locations that I identify in my book that are key, that are metaphorical, that bring your character through a journey with the obstacles and the challenges that they need to face so that they can descend into this metaphoric place, and then rise up again and resurrect. So our next video, we're going to talk about the deep.